What's up, guys? We're officially live on the channel. Let's wait to get some more viewers here for a minute. I'm gonna wait. One second. Here, one second. Alright, hello everybody. You guys are tuning into the stream here. Let's go do something real quick. I'm gonna post this. Alright, so we're officially live, guys. You guys are having a great day here. Hello, Jesse likes weather. Sorry, I just had to real quick do some stuff. I had to post that I'm live on the channel. This is my first live stream in like a really long time, I'll admit. Like, I have not been live on here. I have not really been active on YouTube in a very long time, and I'm sorry for that. I definitely gotta be doing a better job than that. It's my fault. But I might end up downloading Radar Me again, because, I mean, GR2S is good. I spent a lot of money on it, but I feel like it's not as good as some of the other apps. Man, I just feel like it doesn't look as good. I don't know. But hope you guys are all having a great day here. We are getting into our live stream today. Hope you guys are all having a great day. There's this severe thunderstorm warning currently north of Houston. It's got a just 60 miles an hour wind tag on it. And this other tornado warning right here, it had it was actually originally a PDS tornado, and it was a big tornado on the ground. It had a big CC drop, but it was downgraded to observed. Yeah, it's I don't even see, it's the rotation's weakening. I don't see much of a CC anymore, so I think this tornado, yeah, it's weakening. This is what it looked like right there. So, let me do that. I gotta accept this. This is weird. I'm trying to figure something out here. One sec. Sorry, guys. I don't know what I'm doing. Does that work? No, it doesn't, does it? That sucks. Alright. I was trying to figure something out, but it didn't work. It's alright, though. I was trying to get the thing to draw on my screen, but it doesn't let me draw for some reason. So, looks like this tornado is weakening here significantly. This is the storm heading towards Cleveland currently. If you're in Cleveland, Texas, you should be getting to your safe spot right now, as this storm is approaching your area currently. So you should be getting to shelter if you are in these regions here, guys. Remember, this tornado is significantly weakened. I do not believe it's still on the ground anymore, but remember, it can re-strengthen again and produce a tornado at basically any time. So you need to be very, very careful here. I'm going to go over to... Or actually, no, I'm going to go over here. So, if we look at the SPC outlook today, we do have a moderate risk of severe weather in effect for Jackson, Mississippi, Monroe, Louisiana, Hattiesburg, Mississippi, Alexandria, Louisiana, and Meridian in Mississippi here. Definitely something... Alright, there we go, it's back. So this is a big event here. Got a moderate risk of severe weather across these areas. If you're in these areas, you do need to be very weather aware. Where did I get that transition? I honestly have no clue. I got the transition so long ago that I don't remember it how I got it at all. I think it was like some YouTube video or something like that, where and then it had a link to their website. It was like a few dollars, I think, or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, this is the whole 10 sig and 15 significant risk for tornado areas. This is a very dangerous event on post 4. Jesse, are you in this tornado risk right here? Just making sure. Yes, I'm strong. Yeah, also they even considered, if you look in this area here, they considered an upgrade to a high risk in these areas. Look, see that? Upgrade to high. Consider an upgrade to high risk to this area, but will maintain the ongoing moderate. This means that the update at 2 could potentially go to high risk. We don't know, but there's not a lot keeping it away from a high risk, to be honest, right now. If we go back over to this scene here, there's a lot of storms and stuff, but none of this is really like morning blobs of convection that are gonna like completely destroy the whole event from occurring. This is not really gonna do a lot to prevent the system here, and we have a lot of cells forming that could be a big concern in the future. Any of these storms aren't really strong right now down here because most of the moisture and its stability has not really reached these areas yet, and they're still trying to basically plume up here from Louisiana. But I think later in the day here, in about maybe a few hours, we might start to see a big increase in severe thunderstorm to tornado development. And I think the highest of this event will be the late afternoon to early evening hours tonight. I might have to eventually end the stream at some point if the storm gets too weak, but I might just keep it up and then take a break and then go back to the live stream. Not right now. I'm staying on the live stream right now, trust me, guys. But this is just maybe for the future. But yeah, this is definitely a big event here. We've already had these storms, these really strong storms forming here near Houston, Texas, and you know, I do have a concern that some of these could produce tornadoes. One of them already did produce a brief tornado, and produced a lot of damage, as you could see in that CC drop earlier. This is definitely something we need to be watching. Back here near College Station, there's more severe thunderstorm warnings behind this little thing right here. I do think that these storms right here do not have as high of a risk to produce as much tornadoes as the line right here does. I mean, there's a little bit of rotation on this cell. Yeah, tornado possible. I think this northern cell right here is more of a wind threat. That's heading towards College Station, Texas. Yeah, pretty sure that's how you call it, College Station, Texas. But the southern storm heading into Burton, Carmine, and Round Top in Texas has more of a risk of tornadoes because it's got a little more rotation and it's more of a single cellular thunderstorm ahead of this little main thing. So this is definitely a concern I'm looking at here. It's not something insanely significant, but I'll definitely be monitoring that. Kind of just a clump. This is the areas where I think there's not as high of a severe threat, obviously, because that's not even really on the outlook as high of a severe threat because there's just a big massive clump of rain in those areas. But over here, I did not expect a massive tornado threat, but I do expect a big wind threat. There could be some brief QLCS tornadoes with this little line forming here, but this line's not very strong anyways, and I don't think it's going to become a huge threat, because if you think it's moving south to basically remove the threat towards these areas, no, instead it's moving north. Oh yeah, you're welcome, Jesse. Sorry, I forgot to see your chat. Remember, guys, to chat as much as you want, dude. Awesome. I'll answer all of your chats. Same. Oh, why did my thing turn off? So my just video capture randomly turned off out of nowhere. That's really weird. Alright, there we go. It's back. I'm looking at this storm right here. This one's a little concerning. Let's get over to it here. Your headphone audio is constantly popping. Oh man, that's not good. I hope that's not my my stream. Probably not though. I don't know. This storm is looking to get a worse look than I thought on it. It's not really rotating very much, which is a good sign. Yeah, it's not. But if the rotation is able to occur, this is definitely a storm I would be looking at right here. That's definitely a concern. Besides that, not too much is happening right now. I'm tired, sorry. I have my radar up on the other screen. I might zoom it in a little more to these storms. Or maybe zoom it out. I don't know. You said it's not. It's always interesting when the SPC mentions an upgrade to high, moderate, even. Yeah, it's crazy. Especially this is like one of the latest times of year where like we never. It's like really rare. I don't know if there's ever been a high risk of severe weather in the month of December, but it might have happened like one time, like a really long time ago. But besides that, at least since 2010, there's not been one. I don't think. So if it is to occur, that'd be crazy. I don't know if they have to upgrade it to a high risk. I think keeping it as a moderate is more good in case it doesn't go crazy like it's expected to. But we don't know what's going to really happen. So it's not your stream. I've been constantly experiencing it on a lot of other sites. Oh man, that sucks. Yeah. Headphones do that a lot. I've had to get new headphones many times because they break easily. They just stop working. That's mostly with my headsets when I used to have those. They would do that. Okay, a new tornado warning has been issued here where I exactly thought it was going to be. This includes Moss Hill and Plum Grove and Roman Forest. There's a big little hail thing right here I'm noticing in this region. That's definitely a concern. But it is rotating. Okay, I'm now seeing the rotation. Now it's starting to, yeah, this is becoming a bigger concern. I wouldn't be surprised if something could shape up here in the future as this storm just really clumped together and is now looking a lot more concerning than it originally was. Yeah, that's not good. So I just I just basically put my NATO Aaron thing in the chat. That's my other account. So if you guys want to check that out, you can. It's called NATO Aaron. Or no, it doesn't let me do the site. Never mind. I'll have to do it then. Yeah, hello. That's me on my other account, by the way. I made a different account because, dude, I used to get a lot more viewers on my live streams. I just quit, but I'm getting back to that now, guys. I'm getting back to the weather, and I'm going to be, trust me, I'm going to be live a lot more than I have been in a while. I'm not getting nearly as much viewers on my streams, but that's just that's my fault because I haven't been live and making videos in forever. It's been a year, over a year, I think. Yeah, it's been like a few years. So definitely something I need to change. We're gonna get back into this in a second. I'm just doing some stuff real quick. Alright, I'm gonna switch it to the different scene here. There we go. So, if we go to the models, let's look at this. Let's see what the update model is. Let's see if it's in. Yeah, it's in. Alright. So, the models are just pretty crazy. They show these big supercellular thunderstorms forming, and this is what I'm concerned about. It shows that, if we go to the, just came across your weather logo video, going to try to make one of my own. Be right back. Okay, thank you so much for checking that out. It wasn't the best quality video, but like it's not the best quality video at all. And it takes a while, but sorry. I tried to make a better quality logo video, but I didn't do the best job at it. But I don't think it's gonna be too hard to make those. So what we're concerned about here is this line is gonna form and get bigger, and it's gonna clump with this line below it, this one right here. These two things are just gonna eventually clump together, and if we look here, it shows them clumping together, and there could be a big supercell threat around this time, especially in these areas and these areas here. We could get to a bigger supercellular threat. And then look around right here. Big time supercells form. This is what we need to be concerned about. These little storms ahead of it could potentially become tornadic because these are the areas where we have supercells ahead of the main line, which the line is right here. Well, it's right here pushing east. That's the biggest wind threat. That's why we have a 45% chance of wind in these areas, is because of this big line that's going to form here. And if we go back to the other southeast US, there we go. It shows big clumps. This is what I'm concerned about. These little supercells ahead of the line here is what I'm really concerned about. And once it gets to nighttime hours, it's already O1Z right here on this model. Once it gets to the nighttime hours, a surge of supercells could form across this region and produce tornadoes, and this is something we need to be really concerned about here. Even some more tornadoes could occur, but not as much once we get to the morning hours tomorrow. It's going to start to taper off a little bit. But not just that, QLCS tornadoes, maybe even strong QLCS tornadoes could occur with this line, and very strong winds that you guys definitely need to be very concerned about here, 100%. You need to be concerned about this, guys. My videos are starting to get more views. It's pretty awesome. But yeah, this is gonna be a significant event here. Alright, if we go back to the models real quick, you said he also has quasi-linear composite supercells, yeah. Alright, thanks. But yeah, man, this is gonna be a big time event. I'm really concerned about this, guys. Look at the dew points, it's plenty enough. All of it's enough. We got a surface-based cape here. We have tons of moisture in these areas. And even though it doesn't look like there's a lot of moisture north towards Jackson, that doesn't really matter that much. Because it's just, the storm's already going to be picking up the moisture. So this is already enough moisture to support storms way through here. So, way across these areas. So, we have plenty of enough moisture, I'll tell you that. And if we look at the significant tornado parameters, it's going to get insane. We have some very significant tornado parameters down in these regions. I think the highest tornado threat is going to be around 23 to 00 to 00Z time. And man, it looks really big. This looks like a big time event. And the highest tornado threat, I think, is going to go straight into these regions here for the strongest tornado threat tonight. Alright, we're going to go back to the next thing here. This is starting to look a little more concerning. The rotation's still not too crazy, but if you look at the reflectivity, it's starting to have more of that look with the inflow coming into the storm. So this is definitely something we need to be concerned about. Yeah, it's not good. We also have a few storms forming all in these areas that we need to be looking at in these areas right here. You guys definitely need to be looking at over there, because I mean the radar's not great in these areas, so it's kind of hard. I said your PWS in Pensacola, Florida is reporting a 63 Fahrenheit dew point. Oh, you live in Pensacola? My parents used to live in Pensacola a while ago. 63 Fahrenheit dew point, yeah, that's plenty of enough. Pensacola's in a 5% risk of tornadoes. That's still definitely a risk there. It's definitely still a risk. Your banner is looking super good, thanks. Okay, of course, you're welcome, dude. I tried my best to try to help make it look good. I think there's definitely better banners I could make than that. But I was in a little bit of a rush, so. But yeah, you're welcome, dude. You're in Pensacola, nice. Yeah, I actually vacationed to Pensacola before, to Pensacola Beach or whatever it is. I vacationed there before. Cause I'm from St. Louis, Missouri. Yeah, I think over the overnight, you're going to get impacted the overnight hours. It's going to be more like messy and kind of like a less linear threat. It looks like it might be less linear, more. But any of these storms could definitely produce tornadoes. And I think the really high threat is definitely going to be, there's going to be plenty of water spouts in the oceans, in the waters of the Gulf of Mexico. But yeah, I think I can't talk. The nighttime hours is definitely going to have a big time severe weather threat there that we definitely need to be paying attention to, even for your areas. If we look at the significant tornado parameter, it's still going to exist. It's not like insane in Pensacola. It's definitely there, but you definitely need to be paying attention to that as it's still something, and that's definitely enough to produce tornadoes. Alright, let's go back to my main thing. Let's go over here to the yeah, this is just a really concerning looking storm. But I'm surprised it's not done anything. We're not in the best environment over here. The best environment's going to be in the future towards the Louisiana regions, which is definitely going to have the worst of it. But we have already had a round one. We're ready for round two. Yeah, definitely. I haven't had severe weather in forever, and I don't really need it because it's winter time. It's like, dude, it's winter time. I don't need severe weather. Even though, actually, in December 10th, we had a massive tornado event here. Yeah, this is not too much rotation, but it's definitely some. Not too concerned on that yet because of the rotation, but if it gets more rotation, then I'll definitely be really concerned in it because it's a mean-looking storm. Okay, over here. It's not looking really strong rotation down here. I'm not seeing a lot of insanity occurring right now, but I didn't expect that. We went live way earlier than I really needed to be live, so we might have to like put the live on AFK for a bit and then restart it up later, maybe. I don't know. But yeah. 1 second real quick. One second, I'll be right back in a second. Alright, we're back, guys. Sorry about the inconvenience. We've got a new tornado warning in effect here for southern areas down near Alvin, Hillcrest, and Algoa in southern Texas here. This is something we need to be very concerned about. Um, oops. So this is a tornado warning that is in effect for these regions. Oh yeah, this is definitely a very strong rotation occurring. We have a very tight area of rotation already ongoing in the near the Hillcrest region. So you guys need to be watching this. This is definitely a concern. So oh yeah, and it's on the ground. All right, we have a tornado on the ground heading towards Hillcrest, Algoa, and Alvin in southern Texas here. This is already a CC drop. It's a mini small CC drop occurring. Yeah, it's getting strong. That rotation's already getting very strong. We've got a tornado on the ground. Yep. We've got a tornado. I would take shelter immediately, guys, if you're in these areas. This is a dangerous looking storm with a tornado on the ground here. Yeah, you guys really need to be taking shelter in these regions. Alright, yeah, this tornado is definitely on the ground here, guys. This is something we need to be really paying attention to, as this is a strong couplet of rotation. Make sure to talk in the chat, as it will answer all of your guys' questions. He said, Judge says tornado warning south of Houston. Yep. This is a really tight and small rotation couplet, but I do believe it's on the ground, as this CC thing right here literally correlates entirely. They're on top of each other, so we definitely have a tornado actually occurring currently. So this is you guys really need to be taking shelter in these regions. Hello, Chris. Thanks for tuning into the stream. So the warning oh, I was on the wrong thing. Alright. But yeah, we definitely have a tornado on the ground. I think this is the second, or not second, maybe more than that, tornado of the day. I think there might have been a tornado really far early into the early morning hours today, but this is definitely a CC drop. If you're in Hillcrest, Alvin, and Algoa in Texas, you do need to be taking shelter immediately in these areas right now. Yeah, a confirmed tornado was located. They have just upgraded to a confirmed tornado. A confirmed tornado was located near Liverpool or near Alvin, moving northeast at 30 miles an hour. Hazard, damaging tornado and quarter-size hail. I cannot stress this enough. People in these regions do need to be heading to shelter right now. I do not know if this is a very populated area, but it's definitely closer to a populated area. So definitely be taking shelter now, as this is a big concern here. If we go back to this down here, this is right next to the radar site. Yeah, this is a concern. Look at that down there. Look at that. Yeah, this is not looking good. We've got a really, really tight rotation couplet right now. And look, we've already got a CC drop in these areas. This is not good. That's definitely not good, guys. It's definitely a big concern. Do need to be taking shelter in these regions immediately, as we've got a tornado on the ground in these areas here. If you look at a severe thunderstorm warning over towards the south of College Station regions, we do have the severe thunderstorm warning in effect. It does not look like there's any posing threat for a tornado currently, but hail and winds are definitely possible with that storm, but I'm not extremely concerned about it. To the north here, we do have more cells forming. I think the bigger threat will happen to the late afternoon to early evening hours in these regions of Louisiana here. So not as much of a concern right now, but definitely will pose more of a threat later in the day today. If you look up north to these storms right here, we got the severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible up there and a tornado warning. This is a little concerning right here, but definitely not as strong of rotation as this thing right here. This is, it's not as crazy as it was earlier. I think this is just more of a brief tornado. This is a really small storm, so I don't think it's going to produce some massive tornado or anything. But a tornado is a tornado, so you guys need to be taking shelter now. Even though it's I believe this is a really small tornado because the CC is small and the rotation coupled is super small and tight. I think this is a brief, weak tornado, but you guys do need to be taking shelter immediately in these areas. South of Hill, this is heading straight towards Algoa in Texas. If it still stays on the ground, we don't know if it will stay on the ground by the time it's in Algoa, but definitely be taking shelter like it is going to, because it's definitely possible and you guys are in a warning. So you definitely need to be taking shelter in these regions immediately. Thanks to everyone for being in the live stream. Remember, I'll answer all of your questions. Just have to ask me any questions and I will make sure to answer them. This tornado warning up here is not doing too much right now. You're mostly focused on this ongoing tornado on the ground here is what we're mostly focused on across these regions. Alright, one sec. Trying to see if there's any more updates on Twitter, guys, for this event. Not seeing much. I don't know if there's gonna be an upgrade to an high risk. Like, do I believe it's gonna happen? I really don't know. It's possible, but I don't know if they will upgrade it. I don't think they should upgrade it because I don't think there's really need for them to introduce the high risk in these regions, but it's definitely possible. In this tornado watch area, there is a greatest short-term tornado potential. I do think the greatest short-term tornado potential is more like in these regions right here. If I change this to black, mostly in these regions has the greatest short-term tornado potential. In these regions right here, as the tornado is occurring right down here. So the greatest short-term tornado potential is going to be in these regions for now. But once we get later in the day, it's definitely going to shift a lot further into the main regions. Like, this storm right here is literally in the marginal risk of severe weather, guys. This isn't a marginal risk that we have this tornado in. This is just showing how big of a day this could potentially shape up to. These storms aren't even in the main risk area yet. We have a long ways to go, guys, till we get to the main part of this event here. Okay, now this rotation's getting really strong again. Yep, it's re-strengthening, and it's on the ground still. So, take shelter immediately for an Algoa, Alvin, and Hillcrest, as we do have it's not big, but we do have a tornado on the ground here with strong rotation heading into Hillcrest and Algoa. Take shelter immediately in these regions, guys. Seriously. I hope you guys are taking shelter right now, because this is a big concern to these regions here. second, guys. Alright, guys, we are back. So in these regions, we do have this tornado still on the ground heading straight for Hillcrest. It says on here that Hillcrest is over there, but the main town of Hillcrest is right here. So this is heading straight for Hillcrest and Algoa. I cannot stress this enough. Take shelter. Now, the CC drop is still occurring, and we still have a tornado ongoing in these regions, guys. This is a confirmed tornado that is located near Alvin, Texas, and heading straight for Hillcrest and Algoa. Take shelter now. Okay. Can't stress this enough. You guys need to be taking shelter immediately in these regions. Here. Alright, I will be right back, guys. I have to go. I will be right back in about 4 or 5 minutes. Actually, I'm gonna stay on here for a minute because this tornado is still ongoing. I should definitely stay on here. This is still an ongoing tornado in these regions, guys. We have this tornado on the ground heading for Hillcrest and Algoa. You do need to be taking shelter immediately if you are in these areas. It's heading straight for the radar site, I just noticed. And there's a lot of towns this thing is heading for if it were to stay on the ground. I do not think it's going to stay on the ground as it's just a really small rotation couplet area, but it is definitely strong. Definitely strong in general. So definitely be very concerned on this. A new tornado warning has been issued here. This does include Votax, I meant, Village Mills, Warren, and Hillister in northern portion, or in this area in Texas. Here, there's 2 of these tornado warnings in effect right now, so don't be very concerned about this. There's not insane areas of rotation at all, but you definitely need to be taking shelter as a threat could occur in the future. Now this storm I think is starting to really weaken here. It could re-strengthen again, but I think this area of rotation is going to start to weaken. The tornado might still be occurring, but I think it's about to start weakening here in the minutes. So, staying straight for Algoa. Also, guys, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel as I will be posting more updates and videos soon on the channel. Everybody is having a great day. This thing is still on the ground though. It's a big time event and out. definitely be very concerned about this in the future. The biggest threat to this event is not occurring yet, but it will occur later in the day today. So this is why I am live on the channel, because this is a big threat occurring here. We do have these two areas of the CC drop is still in effect. I can still see it. It's right here. It's still defined. I think there might still be a tornado on the ground. It's starting to weaken a little bit, I think. But it says still heading for Hillcrest. It's basically in Hillcrest right now. It says that. It's different, but it's basically in Hillcrest currently, so definitely be taking shelter immediately here in these regions, as this storm is currently over the Hillcrest regions and is south of Alvin, Texas. Good thing it didn't hit Alvin, as Alvin's a pretty big town, actually. But this thing is heading to the south of Hillcrest in Texas, and this is definitely not a huge populated region, but is more populated. It's definitely not like really rural. It definitely does have some population. So if now in the future Algoa needs to stay in the shelter right now, as this is still a confirmed tornado on the ground here. Now the rotation looks like it wants to strengthen again, and it feels like this tornado has been ongoing for a very long time, it feels like. In these areas, so definitely be taking shelter. Okay, now it's getting bigger again. It's strengthening again. This storm is crazy, dude. It just keeps strengthening and then weakening and strengthening. Again and again and again. Wow. So definitely if this is heading towards Algoa here, definitely be taking shelter. Algoa needs to be in their safe spot right now, as this thing's already strengthening and posing more of a threat. I think the CT might have just increased because it's hitting more homes right now. And Algoa definitely does need to be in their shelter. Algoa is a really small town, but they still need to be in their shelters currently. Yeah, this is definitely a big concern here. Definitely still be in your shelter in these regions. The CC is still ongoing, heading towards Algoa. It's still in the southern portions of Hillcrest. And these areas do need to stay in their safe spots, as this is a big concern that is currently ongoing in these regions here. Okay, now it looks like it's starting to weaken, so the CC is starting to get a little bigger because it's impacting a big area. Stay in your safe spot. Like, I can't stress this enough. You still need to be staying in your safe spot until the warning is out of your area, as this is a very tight tornado warning. So once it's out of your area, the storm's going to be basically done. But it's still on the ground. I think it's starting to really weaken, so I'm going to take a little break, guys. I will come back soon. I don't know why my video capture kind of just turned off. It's weird. But I'm gonna take a little break, guys, so I will be back in a little bit. Make sure to stay in your shelter, guys, by the way, and I'll go. Just make sure. Yeah, I'm gonna go take a little break. It's big winds also forming on the south side of that storm near Algo over there. Look at that little big wind, little thing forming. So not just is the threat tornadoes, there's also wind. But this thing could shape back up, and I will be back if it does get really strong again. I'm going to take a real quick break here, so I will be back in a little bit.